walking right by me like it's nothing. Fuck you thinking. I saw you feeling me across the room. Now let me have you come here. Can we skip the games and the 3-day text? Oh baby, you have got nothing to fear. Do you fuck with me or am I losing it? Trying to make things clear. Let me take you to my place. Just leave the talking to me and open up, you'll see that I wanna take you back to my place. Just take a walk with me so everyone can see us. What if I told you that I knew I'd figure it out without a doubt? I say, so get those eyes on me from across the room. Or let me have you come here. Can we skip the games and the 3-day text? Oh baby, you have got nothing to fear. Oh, fuck with me or am I losing it? Trying to make things clear. Neutron! Is she for real? I'm looking at you, walking right by me like it's nothing. Fuck you thinking. Let me take you to my place. Just leave the talking to me and open up, you'll see that I wanna take you back to my place. Just take a walk with me so everyone can see us. Let me take you to my place. Let me take my past and places I've known to call home. And even if I could recover, I still wouldn't have a reason to stay here. No, I would keep running from who I am now, desperately looking for someone to heal me. Please make yourself appear from the mist. I know I can see you now, I can't refuse. Please make your way out of the dark now. Make me believe that I still have reason to stay here. I'm lost without you. I'll move every mountain here for you. Let it go, just let it go. I want us to go where we last held on. I'll fall without you, right to the ground beneath the grass I'll lay. My bones will shed the tears I left, leaving the memory we once shared. I'll be the one who says sorry for the life I gave you then. I'll come out the dark now. Make me believe that I still have a reason to stay.
Welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and fucking survive. Welcome back everyone. I already see everybody in here logging in. We got to take a look at the markets and find out what the hell is going to go on, right, team? We are back here on YouTube once again, of course, because Discord is giving us those insane issues. I don't even know what to tell you, man, but we are here and we're going to go ahead and make the best of it anyway, team. Okay, so I got the analysts here next to me. Of course, I want to go ahead and invite them to come over to the analyst chat and make sure that we can continue our deal up in here, right, team? But welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Thumbs up in the air. Throw those A's in the chat if you can hear my voice right now, team. Go ahead and throw those A's in the chat right away so that I know that you are alive and that you are in fact with me right now, man. So the markets are creating a massive all-time high right now, guys. I'm not even sure if you are paying attention to the I'm not sure if you're even paying attention to the upside right over here, right? Take a look at this, man. This is the ES. This is the ES right now, guys, ripping towards that upside. Guys, let me just go ahead and show you intraday chart. This is what it's looking like presently, right? Look at that thing just go and go. Very interesting times here. I love it, team. I love it. So what are we going to do, man? What are we going to do? Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple assets over here. I know that a few of you have been kind of concerned over a few of the tickers, right? So let's look at that. Let's look at that list right now. I noticed that somebody was asking me about how far is the XRP asset going to revert, right? Well, why don't we go ahead and take a look at that right now and find out, right, guys? Because this, I want to just go ahead and display this this chart here to you, because this is something that the trading team kind of already knew from, I want to say, either maybe Monday, I think it was. But yeah, so I'm looking at some bottom side targets here as a potential floor. Okay, you guys, and I think that this floor is a range where things can possibly get kind of I guess we may be able to find a floor around here, right, team? So let's just make sure that we can kind of put down some analysis here and find out if it is in fact a floor, right? Because we've kind of been hovering around this area here, consolidating within this space here. So let's go ahead and take a look at this now in this immediate short term to find out what the heck is good in the hood. What is up, Kevin? Good to see you there, my bro. Son of Harold, good to see you there. I'm sorry, guys. I know that I'm coming up in here not saying hello to anyone, right? But yes, I do see you there. Dickweed, what is up? K-Spec, KD, Stupid Bitcoin, good to see you there as well. Chachi, what is up? Juliana's music, man. Get over here. Get over, bro. I am going to stop you. I am going to stop you. Amazon is flying. Oh my goodness. All right. Dickweed is saying that Amazon is absolutely flying. So remember, guys, that I think that they were updating their fundamentals. They were adding things for the quantum computing side. And I think they just announced something just yesterday as well, right? So of course that thing would be flying. I believe ticker symbol Apple is also giving us some nasty upsides right now, man. Things are getting ridiculous out in the market right now. Go ahead and take a look at Apple, right? Look at that thing just fly. I mean, it is going and going and going. Let's see. Amazon takes on NVIDIA with cheaper AI supercomputer servers. Guys, this is just insane for Amazon, right? So now Apple uses Amazon Web Services AI chips. So this is something that it's all correlated within Apple and Amazon, which is why I'm mentioning this, right? I'm sorry if I'm not speaking it or delivering it as clear as humanly possible, but it is very interesting to see this rip into that new upside, right, team? So I want to go ahead and display to you. I think it may have been the weekly time frame where I noticed something here. Yes. So this would essentially be a range of resistance here on the macro time for Apple, right? So this was giving us the idea that this would already have potentially happened, right? So take a look at this ascending triangle, because this is another thing too. One of my analysts, Buzzman, has actually told me and has made me aware over the firing of the signal for volatility versus momentum on NVIDIA 2. Now, this signal has been kind of studied here and observed now for the better part of a few days, maybe a week or so. Okay, guys, so that signal is full-fledged, fired off, and there is a potential statistical side and targets that we have already predetermined through a backtest using historical volatility and linear and against stochastic momentum. Guys, the iteration count on that backtest, I'm not even going to go ahead and just get into that right now. I'm going to display it to you just so that you can just all by yourself, right? It is an enormous, it is actually the largest backtest that we have ever performed here, and it was actually through the means of me and one of my very talented analysts, Buzzman, right? But he's actually right here with me in the you can actually see him right here on this screen right over here. He's the gray one right there, right? Right next to him is Chad, and Quinny Baby's right under them, right? I'm very lucky to have the team right next to me here, team. So let's go ahead and continue this and find out what's going on in the broader markets. Okay, guys. So as far as Apple's continuation towards the upside, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at the signals being fired. The weekly time frame has still 2 days and 6 hours to go on this, right? That still has a little bit to go. We're faced all the way to the upside right now. We just need that volatility to pierce the 15%. As soon as that's over, then likely this will give us another signal. Massive contraction as well on the 5-day time frame with an upside bias on Stokes. 4-day time frame as well, right? Massive contraction upside on the stochastic momentum. What I'm trying to say here, team, is the more time frames you have within this critical contraction zone and starting to expand with an upside bias, that's the bigger the move to the upside, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that 3-day time frame. Massive contraction even still, and look at that 3-day time frame volatility component starting to peak above that 15%. Of course, we are observing time cascade from an immediate short term to the larger and larger and larger short term, longer term, right? So it's just going to cascade over time. It's going to push and push and push and push and echo, right? So just like that, a wave theory, stochastic momentum within that volatility spiking of the 3-day time frame is now entering the bullish, well, it is in the bullish control zone, but specifically the gravitational zone, in introducing the potentials of continuation even still. So this is likely not done by daily time frame here. Check this out. A little bit of curvature here and the signal completely fired after massive contraction. Guys, Apple is set to make a massive move, even though it has some type of pullback coming in for the immediate short term. It's okay, guys. This is just going to fluctuate here. It's probably going to be overbought for the better part of a week or two, man. This thing is probably going to continue into new highs beyond a $250 target I can see here in the more, I want to say between the short term and the medium term here, team. So please be aware and be very careful here, as we can be experiencing some potential pullbacks as we just broke out of a major resistance zone, and this would be indicating some really serious targets to the upside. So I'm just going to go ahead and display to you a very simplistic way over observing some of those upside targets, right? So something like this is what I'm kind of seeing as far as the breakout, right? So I think I'm more or less like this-ish, right? So if we are able to determine here that this is the triangle, then we have 3 targets to kind of respect for this triangle breakout. You go ahead and respect your 50% of the triangle, the very back of the triangle, and the breakout zone of the triangle being the first candle that has no exposure to the inside of the triangle itself, right? So first target to the upside, let me just go ahead and make that straight because my freaking OCD gets insane. First target to the upside is should be landing at about $247.40. Let me adjust it as best I could. I want to be as there we go, 247.15. Second target to the upside will be the center of the triangle, giving us a target of about 265.37. And finally, I guess I can call it the lesser probability one, but still, strategically speaking, this is possible, right? 285.80 for Apple. So these are the targets to the upside, team, and I do think that it does have some kind of I would say that it does have some kind of validity here due to the massive catalyst. So we need to make sure that we have a catalyst of that sort in order for us to kind of entertain targets like this here. Okay, so immediate short-term potential pullbacks coming in, right? You can see the weakness here on the 15-minute stochastic momentum with an expansion phase. So that means that it could accelerate for the immediate short term to the downside, and the downside could be worth about 30 minutes, a little bit of weakness there too, and about let's see, maybe into the buy hourly, let's see, buy hour, 3 hour, 4 hour, and 6 hour. Maybe 4 hours to 6 hours of downside, and that could be very limited here, team. I am looking at a decompression right now as we approach. We just got the 6 hour close, by the way, and it is already decompressing that 6 hour to the 50% of that prior bar. So check it out. This is the 6 hour bar that just closed, and now we're coming back right to that 50% of that bar and starting to pump to the upside. I'm not saying that this is it. I'm saying that we have a bunch of closures, 1, 2, 3, and 6, suggesting downside. So if we're going to get some upside here, it must be present from right now and moving forward, right? So if those 5-minute time frames and the 10-minute time frames can't actually survive the upside here, then the likelihood is going to land towards the continuation towards that downside pressure. Okay, guys, but so far the 10-minute time frame is looking okay. It is in the red right now, right? We still have about 5 minutes to close that 10-minute time frame. The green is presented on the 5-minute time frame with expansion. So that's the kind of something that's kind of leading me towards maybe this still isn't done, and we could still be experiencing some further upside, at least to the 245 level, before we can actually get a corrective pivot. But if it is now, guys, then it would be fair enough, right? So 243.90, that's right around the $245 mark anyway. So this would be pulling back. Heads up, if it does pull back, there is the most obvious support bounce that we can experience, and that would be at the day's low, which would be around 242.51. So I'm going to leave that right there for now, okay, team? So just heads up, we need to watch out what happens at this 254.51 or 242.51, and if it does give us some type of support and bounce towards that upside, that means that we would then have created resistance at a VWAP. So it's going to be at 242.22. That would be bouncing to where we are right now, and then reject and continuation, and then it'll continue to the downside. Potential support could be found at around the intraday or the opening range high from yesterday, which would be around 241.36. And then obviously, guys, we really could drop ourselves into the prior day's low, which could be around 238.91. We definitely have a few areas here that can be of immediate interest, right? But I want you to be aware here. Do not over leverage here. Do not full port anything up in here, okay, guys? So let's go ahead and take a look at XRP and its consolidation, right? So now XRP with its potential consolidation, what are we doing for the immediate short term, as there is no activity going on? So I expect critical contraction on immediate short terms, and that's what we're getting, right? So 15-minute time frame, critical contraction, 10-minute time frame. Let's see this thing, man. Yeah, contracting here, and also all this contraction. My goodness, man. So that could lead towards an explosive move as well, right? So we know that as long as we start to collect a bunch of contraction here from a bunch of time frames, then we could be experiencing a pretty nice upside. We're going to go ahead and take a look at NVIDIA and Amazon as well, team. We have to make sure to keep an eye on these plays that we're doing and we have to take a look at Mara as well and see what the broader markets are doing, because right now the S&P 500 E-mini futures contracts are still pretty bullish. They are pulling back here just a bit because of the broader markets having that pressure to that downside, right? So no worries whatsoever. And yeah, so guys, let me know in the chat, YouTube, let me know in the chat if is my audio cutting out? Am I good, or what is going on out there? Checkity check. Let me know, team, that I am actually feeling good. Let me know that I'm sounding good. And if I'm not, holy crap, man. All right, so Kat saying it's good for her. Stupid Bitcoin sounds great there. Okay, good, Buzzman. All good, K-Spec. And all right, Dea saying that I am good. JD Nettles, good. All right, Wall Street Ponzi, what is up, my brother? Good to see you there. Chili saying that I'm good. Okay, all good with Bob. And okay. MVST is bussin', says Justin. Philip, thank you so much. And JD, thank you so much. Be Real sounds like a club promoter, says my bro. So I am good in the hood. Good stuff, team. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here and find out what the hell else is good. Yardaline, very good to see you there. Thank you so much for helping me out there. Yannick, what's up, buddy? Let's see. United Healthcare CEO got killed in Midtown. What the heck? Damn, bro. That freaking talk about morbid news here. Oof. That deserves me to put. I'm gonna have to put some freaking tunes on for that, bro. Come on, man. We're gonna have to get it cheered up in here, bro. Not saying that your news is actually terrible, but it's true. So let's lighten the mood up in here, team. Right, let's bring in some tunes and see what's up with the broader markets. Very good to see everybody in here. What's up, Kat? Thank you so much for helping me out with the... All right, good. Jay Allen also saying that I'm good. Dude, I forgot who actually asked me. Was that you, Niz? I'm going to ask that you maybe check your connection, buddy, or reboot and see what is up. Okay, so let's see. Still getting... Thank you, let's see. Can SOUN get to from 10 to yeah. I mean, let me go ahead and take a look at the tickers that we got going. Please remind me. We'll go ahead and take a look at SOUN as well, as of course that would have upside since they have a heavy stake on Nvidia, right? So as long as Nvidia is trending towards the upside, that's SOUN trending to the upside as well. So very, very good stuff there, team. I am good now. Okay, Niz is telling me that I am good now. Thank you, buddy. Really appreciate that. So yeah, let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here and find out. XRP with its contraction is where we were last, right? Okay, so yeah, remind me, guys, remind me. I know we got a bunch of tickers here to take a look at. Just also Tesla, of course. And okay, so XRP, right? Contraction from the 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute time frame is giving us the contractive signals as well. So it's likely starting to do that cascade or that domino effect from the immediate short term to the larger term. Hourly time frame is also still kind of dipping in here, right? Still showing us some downside, but the downside, of course, it's just contracting, which means that there is weakness to that bear thesis, right? Oh man. Okay, so let's see the bi-hourly time frame. Contracting downside again, which is indicative of a support bound, right? So yet again, I'm not going to ignore this, okay? I'm not going to ignore this because on the bi-hourly time frame, sure, I can see that or even the 3-hour, maybe the 4-hour time frame. Actually, the 3-hour could be the sweet time here, man, because there is a present head and shoulders being presented here, okay? So we're going to go ahead and identify the bottom end of the price here because what is up, Shmoky? Good to see you there, buddy. Let's see. Do you, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and see this as, can we actually make this downside happen? Because if we I spoke about, for example, here, guys, look, I just want to show you something. MSTR was one to give me some of these signals, and a lot of people were bearish on MSTR, but I was not. I opposed everyone that was telling me that MSTR was likely to continue to fall through the means of other tickers, right? Like there was just a bunch of other reasons, right? And whatever else. But I spoke of this bottom target here of MSTR being a very likely bear trap, right? So this was creating a bullish formation to lead towards a potential upside, which would then trap any, the people who are looking at this thing in the most logical, in the most whatever way, then, you know, this was where I was like, okay, well, this is too obvious here. So a lot of people are going to be thinking that this is going to drop and continue to the downside. They're potentially going to create a shakeout here and take this thing straight to the upside, right? Collect some of those beginner traders, right? So if that is the case, that's certainly what happened here. And we had a massive reaction from 356 all the way to $390. You hear that, guys? That was about a $44 move from that bottom side. It was absolutely embarrassing, the shorts right there, guys. So just, I want to put these things to light here, because there's always some potential trap somewhere, and you have to just look back and be very creative over the time frames that you're looking at, and stop putting a bias of your own. The markets do not care what you personally think. Make sure to look back and be that psychologist that you can be for the overall market. Your bias or your long position does not matter here, which is why you have to remove the fact that you're long or short, and make sure to observe the chart and look at the chart for what it says, not for what you want it to say. Okay, guys? So make sure to just do that, and you will be a-okay. All right, guys? So I'm telling you from experience here that this is a very tough thing to do for a lot of people. There is always a certain bias here, and a certain it's going to or it's not going to. It doesn't matter what you feel like it's going to do. Again, guys, it does not matter. What matters here is what the chart says, and that is it. Okay, team? No matter what, no matter how, the markets don't have emotions here, and they don't care about you or your family or your deaths or your uncles or your anybody. It does not matter. Okay, guys? It does not matter. So very good stuff in here, team. Let's go ahead and continue. Oh, Niz, my brother, very, very awesome for you to donate right there, my bro. I'm tipping your waiter here, man, or your bartender, right? Thank you so much for that. Okay. No, I am not, but I have put out some upside targets on it too, brother. Buzzman. Okay, so yeah, let's go back into XRP and find out how it's just, I don't know if this is creating a bear trap here. So let me kind of look at this a little bit here. So 3 hour time frame is giving us a bit, it's just a little difficult to tell, guys, when we are consolidating within the mean reversion of volatility and consolidating within momentum in a larger bit of a time frame, right? That usually is indicative of continuation range trading. Okay, guys, so if that is the case, then there could be reason for us to start a range around this here, right? So we already know that we already got that entry signal here. So for those of you who took advantage of entering down here at these targets, you are good so far, right? In fact, you're in the money, right? So we were still looking okay. Now, if that is the case, then we would be finding support right down here into the 247 area, then bounce all the way up and find resistance in another day at the 266, 267 area, and so on, right? So this would be the consolidation chop box. Now, if that is the case, then what is holding back? What's holding back the Bitcoin asset, or what's holding back anything from creating this continuation to the upside? Well, if you guys haven't already kind of noticed, then it is possible that we can be expecting Bitcoin and XRP here to wait for the inauguration, right? So that's something that is waiting for. Then I would bank on it, right, guys? Because XRP and Bitcoin right now are kind of dependent over what the president is doing by the removal of someone who's not so bullish on crypto and replacing someone on the SEC that is bullish on crypto and wants to implement some more adoption, right? So that naturally would put a little more weight and reliance on that catalyst, right? So of course, you know, that could be a reason here for us to observe some potential upside or some potential consolidation during that time. Okay, guys? So this is probably why we're going to start to see some potential flatlining here on the crypto assets. Not saying that it's not going to continue, because it's just probability here, right? The broader markets, of course, as we lead into that news, the broader markets are likely to continue towards the upside. Okay, guys? Because that's the way the markets typically react. This is entirely new territory for the crypto assets. Okay, guys? So the crypto assets would have a little bit of indecision. They're not going to know what to do or where to go, right? So just for now, you're going to catch some reaccumulation for the short term, and then it's really going to start to show the accumulation signals here. Okay, that's what I'm feeling that could be happening here. Okay, team. So that and the fact that we just had a holiday, right, in the in the Americas here, in the U.S. Sorry, we had Thanksgiving as well, so there could be risk off. You know, there could be repositioning here. It is still midweek from a very long weekend too, so that's also a potential, right? There's a whole bunch of things here that could give us that. Yeah, so that's look at what Shock is saying down there. Word is Trump going to announce his head of the SEC any day now. So that's what I mean, right? So there could be this consolidation phase within crypto in in respect to that. So if that is the case, then shit, man, I wouldn't put it past it, right? So very good stuff here, team. So let's continue here. 4-hour time frame on this 4-hour time frame on this asset here. Let's see what it's giving us. Let me get rid of this here. 4-hour time frame. Yeah, it's consolidating. I'm sorry, it's contracting here. Very, very balanced. Buzzman, my brother, thank you so much for that, bro. That really means a lot to me, dude. So let's see, is the new Ripple coin releasing today? That is another thing also that we have to, is that going to be like a 2.0, kind of like what happened with Ethereum? Is that like the deal here? So, Chachi's saying good to go, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, Buzzman, that's very kind of you, my brother. Thank you so much. And okay, so yeah, again here with this, right? We're looking at this consolidation or contraction first, right? Contraction of this volatility, indicating that there is not so much activity short and not so much activity long, right? So as it contracts and it balances out like this, it isn't an immediate drop of contraction like this. Look at the pivot on this, right? It's actually kind of corrective. It's showing like a little bit of curvature like this. So this is, indicative of contraction and indicative of consolidation. Okay, guys. So if that is in fact the case, let's keep on moving. What is the 6-hour time frame saying? Again, right? Look at the stochastic momentum indicator. It's kind of balancing out. It's not quite downside. It's showing some type of upside here, right? And it's also contracting. All of these are signs of contraction. Okay, you guys. So what I can say is that there would be a very interesting midpoint here, because if it does reach that bottom side that we're talking about around the right down here around the 250 area, which could be the bottom side of the chop zone, that would introduce an opportunity for continuation to the downside for the shorts, but it would also introduce the opportunity for a liquidity pool for the bulls to load up to take it to the upside, which hence the consolidation, right? And the contraction into a midpoint, into a fair value. So right now the ball is on either side at this point, guys. We need to wait to see what's going to happen here, right? So in other words, that's what I'm seeing here for the behavior or for the psychology within the XRP asset. Okay, guys, we have actually recently found out, JD, one of my master students, very talented guy coming up, he actually told me that he asked me to take a look at the correlation coefficient against, so massive shout out to my brother. So, right, the correlation coefficient XRP against HBAR, right? So HBAR also giving us a very, very, very tight correlation, if not almost to the 100% of correlation within many, many time frames, except for the really, really immediate ones, right? So HBAR, XRP, and XLM probably getting this nice balance right now, guys. So just heads up, I'm still looking at consolidation here for the XRP asset. Nothing to kind of really worry about right now, other than just sideways trading here, guys. Algorithmic potentials, buying and selling. Okay, so just be very careful with what we're observing here, team, and yeah. So now, guys, where do I buy? Well, this is my entry signal here, right? So just please be very careful what you do with this, because like I said, if things don't go in the favor of the bulls, then this may continue to the downside, and realize the 3-hour time frame head and shoulders target, which could be very much down to the validation level up here with this triangle, right? This chop box is very similar to what's happening kind of right now, right here, right? So we can get that upside here, downside into the chop box, and then or upside here, right? And then downside into the chop box, and then continue towards the upside. We got the upside, downside into the chop box, and continuation. So maybe that could be an iteration where we've seen before. So it's just a point of indecision, and it is a point in where we just gonna have to find out what's next. Okay, guys. So but yeah, regardless, if you want to go ahead and risk on, it is not advice for me to do that because I am an entertainer and I am not a financial advisor, right? But however, I am a stock trading instructor, so make sure to get in touch with me at ArcMastersCourse@gmail because these beginners courses for beginners trading for anything, right? Crypto, the broader markets, traditional markets, equities, freaking futures, forex, all that good stuff. It's coming up here in about 2 weeks. So ArcMastersCourse@gmail, those seats are getting taken up here. So make sure to reach out to me and ask for that syllabus and for that disclaimer. All right, team. So yeah, that is going to do it here for XRP. You guys already know my thesis on this, right? Massive upside targets. I've put together here a ridiculously sized thesis on it, in which I'm going to be expressing some deeper analysis here into the later part of the day today. Okay, team. So do you work on the Arca? Let's see. I'm on the CBOE. No, but I learned a great deal from a licensed market maker and trader at the top floor of the NYSE, being Arca, right? But yeah, that's where I learned my quantitative analysis. I learned how to, kind of run some analysis through linear volatility and using a stochastic momentum to verse it. And from there, yeah. So no, it would be an interesting job to put together there, right? But I will say that it would be it would be probably denied. I don't know, right? Because I really do like to express my teachings to people and all that stuff, right? But I have already kind of put down 3 institutional positions, and now there is also the talk right now within me and a tighter team aside, right? We're going to be building a firm or an institution of our own, right? Potential fund there coming up here pretty soon. So I guess just heads up with the news here within the Arca Bulls, right? So the Arca Bulls potentially about to merge here with an actual institution. So we'll see what's up, man. But thank you so much for asking. I very, very much appreciate a question so deep like that, because like how do you ask anyone that, right? Are you actually at Arca? Because you would imagine that it could be. Fuck, man. Thank you. That is fucking big deal, right? we speak the lingo, we got the targets, and we put the analysis together as well as we can, right? And that's all that we can do. So people just saying, woo, let's see, exciting times. Oh man, yes, the head is very exciting, man. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at now, team. Ticker symbol MARA, as I imagine there could be some consolidation within the price action here. Oh shit, actually this is a little more induced by the okay, guys. So if we were, look at this, right? We signal entry here, which was just yesterday, I believe, right? We definitely got the entry within the zone that we were looking for, and we got the upside here we need to get over this, right? Need to get over this area here. This is why we have it highlighted, right? As long as we are below, just like I said, guys, as long as we are below that 26.14, we kind of belong to the bears a little bit here, and it would be ideal, of course, guys, to start moving our butts above this zone here of 27.97. So if we can get ourselves to get at least an hourly closure, ideally some 4-hour closures above that 27.97, and the 30 to $31 targets become more of a reality here. Okay, team. So the play is still on, and I still do see a continuation to the upside. And I don't know if you noticed here, right? Well, the camera doing his little dance over here, right? So I don't know if you noticed here, team, but there was actually just a talk between the CEOs of, I think it was Michael Saylor, right? The co-founder of MicroStrategies, and also the CEO of Mara, right? So we know that both of them are accumulating heavy amounts of Bitcoin during any of these drops, right? So they're specifically, about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago, we had the CEO of Mara pick up about 5,000, or I think it was a 5,200 or 4,200. It was about $1 billion worth of Bitcoin at the lit price, right? So spot price. And let's see. Yeah, and also we are now above 300,000 Bitcoin on MicroStrategies, as they did sign that $3 billion note. I mean, we're talking about massive catalysts here, team, and continuation, because 400,000 now, says Smokescreen. My brother, thank you so much. So right now, presently, I'm getting word here from my analyst saying that they're at about 402,000. I mean, that's just out of control, right, guys? So if it isn't that we're getting some, very obvious news here, like that, I mean, what I'm saying is that can induce an upside here, man. So any of these contractive moments, let me just go ahead and restart that camera, right? Any of these contractive moments could lead towards a potential mathematical explosion, right? So mathematically speaking, whenever we do contract into this 15 percentile and beyond from linear volatility, the explosive move can, of course, right, be bidirectional. In fact, it is not, volatility here is not directional, right? So what we would use to verse that side or give us the bias for direction would be stochastics, right? So if we can use stochastics here for a determination of direction, then fucking we have an edge, right, of some sort. Now, of course, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've tested stochastic momentum through equities here, through all kinds of micro caps, small caps, mids, large and mega caps over the last, 2-3 years. And I do have a plethora of back tests in several time frames. And I would say an overall read of stochastic momentum's hit rate for determining its next move, or the underlying next move, would be that of around 72%, 76% accuracy, which obviously is not 100%, but it's still pretty damn good considering the odds, right? So it's above 70%, definitely not 50, or definitely not 0, but absolutely not 100, right? So we have to kind of use some of our personal discretion before making some jolts in the market there, right, team? But yes, team, typically speaking, that's from a market maker, that's what I learned. Is typically speaking, their quantitatives would focus on linear volatility, and this is a pretty interesting way to observe the markets, right? As we can now have iteration, right? Iterations of time, duration, and the moments in time to where we can last within critical contraction, moments of time where we can last during the critical expansive phases, right? That creates a mathematical probability. So if we can measure those per time frame, then that'll give us the likelihood of future moves. And that's kind of how we are learning as well in the Arca Bulls Masters, the Masters course, right? So please go ahead and consider that, team. I'm not gonna ignore the fact that we are potentially building here what could look like a right angle to triangle here, right at the bottom side, but it is also, if we use some candles down here, it is also causing the effect of a bear flag as well, right, guys? So if it is a right angle triangle, then shit, there may be the continuation to the downside. If it is a bear flag, there may be a continuation to the downside. That would be 4 different targets expressed from those psychological formations, the silly little drawings, right? The silly little lines to create silly little boxes and silly little shapes, right? So take your crayons out and draw the little triangles here, right? And we can kind of give ourselves some probabilities here for targets. And I mean, it fucking works, man. You know what? Triangles are pretty they have a good strike rate, a good batting average, if you want to say. So let's go ahead and get those targets to the downside here, team, because it is presently what it's giving us, right? And I fucking just told you guys that we're long from that target down there. So if it is that we're going to identify some downside, so maybe there could be an opportunity to risk off the market here and wait for a potential repositioning here before we can get another ripper to the upside. Like I said, guys, the crypto assets are experiencing a little bit of contraction here, a little bit of consolidation, which is normal, right? These phases, I mean, large upsides will create some indecision. And here, this is another perspective I gave to you guys last week, just to remind you. Remember when I said that many people could be holding BTC from some, low numbers here, guys, for the better part of around 11 years to around 14 years of holding, right? So imagine what they said as believers of the movement for the BTC asset. They could have said, you know what, I believe this thing is going to reach $100,000, and when it does, that's going to be the day I take profit. We don't know those variables, we don't know that there's an infinite amount of variable here. So that could also be presenting the pullbacks at the 100K mark. It's a critical zone. It is a very difficult zone for continuation as well. Okay, so, but my thesis remains though. if it is that the asset being Bitcoin so much as pierces through the 100K mark, that would probably create FOMO. That would probably create a buying event. It'll be buy-side conviction like you haven't seen before. Which is why it's leading me to say that if we do break above that 100K mark, there could be a continuation into about 111 to maybe 114,000 Bitcoin before we can express a potential top and then revert back to validate and confirm the break of the new the resistance into a new support. Okay, guys, so that's currently what I'm observing. Similar to what happened, and we observed it live on XRP as well. Huge break above that $2 zone, immediately ripped to 234 over that night, right, and then pulled back, and it still continued, right? So just kind of give yourselves that perspective. Let's go ahead and take a look at Mara here, or Mara, right, and find out if it does have that continuation to the downside like we're looking for, right? Oh, the camera, man, here we go. There we go. Let's go ahead and put that thing right back on. Let's see if we got this thing, man. Let's see. There we go. Good stuff. All right. So yeah, we were looking at this potential of a bear flag or a right angle triangle on this, guys, right? So I mean, typically speaking, guys, when I'm, myself speaking here, I would not be. I wouldn't be drawing things like this. In fact, when I trade, I don't draw at all. Right, team? I'm just playing. Literally, all I play is just the candles and the volatility. Maybe even the. It's just raw price action and volume. Just if you want to leave it as the most simple way of observing things. That's about all I use when I trade, team. And all good, right? Okay, so yeah, I'm just gonna adjust these targets down here because if it is that we need to look for some risk on, in these bottom sides here, then we'll kind of be ready for that potential. So still respecting for now, not for too long if we identify the downsides here for the two formations, right? Okay, so yeah, this is your horizontal top of the triangle, right? And of course, we would be kind of seeing here your bottom end of the triangle, right? This is your trend line regression rejection area, and the space where price action kind of converges into that tighter and tighter area. So if it is that we're at a bottom side here, then there could be signals for an upside continuation, seeing that triangles typically break down or out at around 65 to 75% to the apex of the triangle, right? So if that's the case, then I can see this maybe by maybe 1:30 p.m. Eastern time, 10:30 Pacific, maybe around there, if it's not going to do it right now, that is, right? But I am getting signals for a potential upside due to the regression rejection. And take a look at your 30-minute time frame, giving us some expansion, right? And we also have an upside probability here on stochastics. So when we're looking at expansion, think of this as the throttle, right, in your car. So you hit the gas pedal and you're going to go towards whatever direction your steering wheel is faced, right? So in this case, the steering wheel is faced upward. So in this case, yeah, we could be pitching up, and this could be showing us continuation to the upside. But it matters what the 5, 10, 15 do as well, right? Because we're talking about domino effect here. The cascading of time is a real fucking thing. Wave theory, right, guys? So we have to kind of understand a few different topics within mathematics to be able to observe and properly put down a thesis here for price action, as it does use a lot of mathematics, right? Everything from standard deviations, linear regressions, Brownian motion. There's all kinds of different topics like wave theory, right? Fractal analysis, the formation theory, all kinds of those, right? Except that in formation theory, we only have one formation in stock trading that has that mathematical property, and that would be this one right here, right? So the ascending and descending triangle being the right angle triangle, being that it has a hypotenuse, it has the only fucking mathematical properties in stock trading formations, right? Very good stuff, team. So now let's identify here we are kind of going green, but we are at a resistance right at around that 2503. The 30-minute bar was just going red to green right now. That's what I was saying. So hang on, team. I am potentially going to give a little bit of a scalp here as we reach the fuck, it just spiked there, damn it. And there's a take profit, right? I'm sorry. I was about to risk on futures right now. I was looking at a potential rejective period at around 60.86, and of course it just dropped to 60.85 and lower, right? Not enough time to react there, team. Damn it, man. It's all good. That's what I get for speaking here and also trying to trade at the same time. Stop the bullshit, right? Make sure to not, guys, do not drink and drive ever, all right? I don't know what it has to do with anything, but I'm here. Right, love you very much, team. So now I'm going to go ahead and put what I'm going to do here, guys, is I'm going to go ahead and risk on long some contracts in the ES. So I'm looking at getting long 60.82, and that is if it does come back to that, right, guys? Because we just made a new high with this 4 hour, and it retraced about 3 points. That would have been a great scalp, counter trend trade right there, right? But I'm going to go ahead and get long from the, wow, guys, let me clear my throat. Man, that is actually terrible. My goodness. All right, team, we are back. Man, that was just a serious clearing right there, team. All right, yeah, so the ES is actually piercing through, it is piercing through the, damn it, man. It is piercing through that top end. There is still a little bit of, we can create small pulls of supply, right? So we can create small pools of supply here when it breaks above, just slightly breaks above that top, then that short comes in. So I was just trying to take advantage of that 3 to 4 point move that it did, I mean, immediately here, right, guys? And it's still kind of experiencing it. It was the initial move that we take as a scalp, but that did not happen here. And now what I'm doing is I'm not going to get in the way of the freight train here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can take advantage of the hourly close, which is going to come in about 21 minutes and 38 seconds. And that's, technically speaking, we have an upside here and then a downside. So if this is actually creating, it's just, I don't like to see bullish engulfings at the top of a trend. They the effect gets minimized. But if it is technically a bullish engulfing, then we have a higher end here, and this would be what would be called a true green outside bar, fucking bullish engulfing pair here. So this would be indicating continuation towards the upside. We know long wicks to the downside also give us some potential strength. So all of those probabilities are leading towards, let's see, Ethereum breakout. Oh my goodness, no way. Very cool. Ethereum, yeah, you know what, man, the biggest altcoin out there, right? Buteric himself, man. Good stuff. Definitely has a lot of, I would say that the Ethereum the Ethereum blockchain is where everything's located, right? So yeah, team, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get long here some contracts at this point, and that would be due to the 4 hour time frame regression. This is that bottom side right here, so it's going to be a little tough for me to get there, but that's where I believe that the short-term demand could kind of be at. The obvious area is 60.82 3/4, right? Of course that is, but I'm not looking for that. I'm looking to kind of, if I'm going to go ahead and average some type of something, I want to go ahead and get long at 60.82, and then look at another potential entry down here at around 60.80 if it is that it even gets there, right? But right now, rejective zones at that 60.82 3/4. There, the moment that I remove this, it'll for sure go there, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and be patient and wait for the market to kind of get to me, right? I'm going to wait for price to get to me. All right, so yeah, Mara still kind of supporting from the trend line regression right down here, right, guys? So let's see if it breaks down. If it does break down from this point, I kind of would sort of respect that, right? As this would be the, let's see, 1, 2, and 3 touches for the downside. So we could actually experience a downside here from this one. I'm not going to say that it is, but let's go ahead and look at the 5-minute time frame. 5-minute time frame kind of balancing out here, and it is starting to balance out at the critical expansion zone, which is telling us that there is there is short-term consideration here for some type of a balanced low, right, or a floor, which is very close to your your day's low down here at around 24.62. And 24.62, does that rhyme with anything else? Sure, it rhymes with the pre-market here, and early pre-market, Tuesday, November 26th, and also the day's low on that 26th as well, bouncing from that pre-market low. Yeah, okay, well, it is. I guess it is a viable area to consider some long positions, but those would be scalps, guys. And you know, it's just part of that trend line regression rejection that we were taking a look at, right? So just heads up, as we are getting bounces from this zone, if we can go ahead and create enough of a pump, right? So we go down, pump, down, pump, down, pump, like on the 5-minute time frame, that'll create the stochastic momentum to start kind of lifting and lifting and lifting from the immediate short term and cascade into the later time frames, right? So that's kind of what I'm trying to see if we can do here, right? So if we can do that, it can gather enough bulls here to be able to take price action beyond the resistance of $25 or 25.03 and into the midpoint right around the resistances of 25.32 to 25.45, and finally on to the resistance level of that overall 25.65, right? So if we can get some of that to happen here, team, then that's currently the plan. So far, I'm still observing here that we can maintain position here, okay, guys? Get a 30-minute closure beneath this regression here, and you know, if we start to kind of peak below this 24.61, I know that there's a lot of people here with stop losses in this section right here, right? So that's going to be particularly where the institutions can look for some liquidity, right? I'm talking about market makers. So there could be some liquidity right in this area here, which otherwise can take this break, right? They'll bring it right down to this area here. They'll create a little bit of a shakeout, right? And then potentially get right back into this entry and do what's called a spring, right? So it'll be an immediate reaction, and in turn creating a wolf formation, which then would flip this continuation downside formation into a flipped bullish formation, right? So if that's the case, team, then we would have a 1, 2, 3, 4 as your wave here, right? So that 1, 2, 3, and 4, yeah. So that would be your fourth wave right about here, and then we would start to, you know, observe that wave 4 regression, something like this here, right? So if that's going to be the case, then yeah, we would potentially be observing some further upside. Now, this is a very, very speculative way over observing price action, so I would not actually follow this. I would follow statistics and follow probabilities, mathematical probabilities, right? But if we are looking at, you know, I mean, it's very curious here that this shit could actually resist at these top sides, since that is our overall take profit inside of the $30 to $34 zone, okay? So let's just kind of wait for a team. I would be very careful here. Tell me, Smokey, hold on. I want people to hear you. Hold on. Let me do this. Go ahead, my bro. Speak now. You're free to go.
The 30 strike calls for 12.18 look good. They got 44K open interest.
44K open interest? Yeah. Sorry, let me write that again. What was that?
30 strike calls for 12.18.
Okay, so these are going to be 30 strikes. It's going to be 12.18 expiry. And what's the open interest on this?
44K.
Damn, 44K open interest.
1.3K daily volume.
1.3K daily volume. So it is actually pushing pretty nicely. Okay.
Yeah.
Or
They're
so
at 126 to 132 right now. I'm bidding to 125.
Okay, so you got a bit of 125, and we have price action kind of consolidating down here. Usually that contraction and consolidation is the worst thing that can happen to an IV for an options contract. So yeah, I do believe that you could get that fill, and not financial advice, right, guys? We are talking about paper trading, of course, simulations and simulating matrices. Okay, so watch out. Very good times indeed. Okay, so $30 strikes, 12.18, December 18th expiry with an open interest of 44,000 and a daily volume of about 1.3K. So that is looking like it could be a viable bottom, right? Even if it is that you do get some downside here, that'll be temporary. It'll be short-term downside followed by a recovery, and I guess I can see that happen here for Mara even into the larger time frame. See, heads up on this 6-hour time frame, right? We're getting this curvature right at the bottom end of stochastic momentum, where we're getting some volatility expansion too. Let's see the 8-hour time frame. The 8-hour time frame is going to be the next one to close here. That one's giving me a little bit of a worry, since we are creating a red outside bar after the red outside bar. I can't say that it's going to be that forever here. We still have about an hour and 14 minutes, and in stock trading, that's a freaking eternity, right? So let's just kind of express some yeah, let's just be patient with this, right? As let's see the hourly. Inside bar on that hourly, 13 minutes to close, 14 minutes to close. Inside bar on the buy hourly, 1 hour to close. Man. Yeah, man, this is, we still have to find out what the hell's going to happen here, man. This is also kind of consolidating within this range. So let's wait for the resolve. Any break of the critical supports, right? That being the 2461 and lower, we would be seeing that bottom side of 2385 to about 2416. And we have to also see if there's any reason for this price action to kind of stop. In fact, 2466 is a critical area of support using the weekly time frame, as I can see some bottoms of gaps there. Lots of resistances there, supports. It is a very concentrated area, right? Closing valuation of this bar, this weekly bar here on July 15th. Lots of confluence within this 2466. So if I were to put any type of potential lower bound entry, I guess yeah, team, I guess it could, very well be there. What the hell? Stop. Yeah, so I would think that it would be right within that 2466 to 2395, if it is that it even gets there, right? So heads up on that, team. Let's see. We did get what closures did we get? So the bi-weekly did close. So remember, guys, 60 to 70% of the time when we get a closure like this, we are experiencing a 30 to 50% prior bar retrace. And you can see right here that this weekly bi-weekly bar did open up at that $27 target, and it retraced to about that 2391, marking off just about a 45% to 50% retrace of that prior bar, and it is bouncing from there now, right? So statistics here and typical behavior are kind of all right, guys. Very, very nice. Yeah. I'm just telling you that that's typically the type of behavior that we want to see at the closing of some of these bars, right? So very good indeed, right, guys? So nice, guys. I actually, man. Okay, so we're gonna see if I can try to get in a position here pretty soon. I want to start averaging in right at the. Want to see if I can get price action here. If I can't make it, then it's okay. It's trying to move back up now. Damn it. All right, we didn't get a full position, but it's okay. We'll just go ahead and take whatever green we can get from this, I guess. But yeah, typically speaking, they damn it, man. All right. Well, it wasn't a full position entry. I want to see if I can. I wanted to see if I can get some more exposure down to this zone here, but it's okay if we can't get it, right? We're in the process of creating some new supports, just like we spoke of, right? Potential entry down in this area here, 150 points up and counting. We're now starting to create the support out of the 60.82 and 3/4. So I guess, damn it. I guess we'll see, right? This could turn into maybe, I don't know, 450. All right, we're 300 points up. And I don't want to manage this here for too long since we're here doing our thing, right, guys? So I'm just going to go ahead and take, damn it, man, what time is it? It's, we have 10 minutes to the close. We have some contraction coming in here, support bound right around here. So let's just see it, guys. Let's just see it. I want to keep the position open because I do think that it has some further upside, but I also don't want to manage it here while you guys are streaming with me live, right? And that makes me feel a little guilty over what I'm doing here with you guys. But I also don't want to get a little too greedy because I have traded already in the position. I think I'm up maybe 1,000 on the day so far, right? And this is potentially going to be another one here. So if I can get myself below the 60.82, that would be amazing. But it feels like it may not actually do that, team. And usually these scalp trades, I want to be in and out pretty quickly, right? So, but pretty damn good here. Let's just see how this is behaving here. I'm going to give it maybe another couple seconds, and if we can't do it, we'll just close out a little bit of that gain and take just whatever, right, team? So, oh, nice. Can we do it? Oh my goodness, man. No. Do it, brother. Oh, it didn't fill me. Fuck. I didn't get filled. Son of a bitch. All right, team. Well, let's get back to it. I'm going to wait for it to fill. I'm going to let you know how this play goes. and do our little thing, right, guys? Take it, man. Come on, bro. Oh my goodness. And there it is again, $50 up. Oh, God, it's so annoying. Anyway, team. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and wait for that trade to happen here, team. I really want to get filled there. All good in the hood. Where is the hold on, I just realized right now that I don't have that broker up. I want to make sure to have the broker here. Let's see where we at. Log it, buddy. Log it. All right, so where were we? What the fuck were we talking about? Mara bi-weekly, right? Yeah, so I was talking to you guys about that. That 50% retrace on a bi-weekly. So that's always a good thing, right, guys? It is a good thing. I want you to kind of take in those probabilities. So if there's anything that I'm going to have you write, is write this down, right? 60 to 70% of the time, you'll get a 30 to 50% prior bar retrace, and that usually works out to a massive advantage, right, guys? So so just kind of keep that in your notes. It's respecting typical market dynamics right now. So if we can make this happen, then fucking cool stuff, right? So let's go ahead and continue on right here, team, and see what else we have, right? So just heads up at the bottom side. I know that we were talking about here for that. We were talking about the contract for the $30 strikes, right? So if we're gonna get that, team, then all good, right? You know what, guys? I think I might actually just close out the position right here. We're just at about 200 points up, 300 points up, and why don't we go ahead and do that now? Okay, team, I'm just going to get out of the market right here and see what's up. 200 points, whatever.
Order filled.
All right, so now we're at 1,075 points up on the day. The account is looking like 156,620 now, team. So very close to our mark. We're looking okay. All right, guys, so let's continue on the analysis. Uninterrupted now. Girl, uninterrupted, right? And do our little dance right here, team. So fucking... Again, my apologies, team, for... My apologies for doing this thing. I actually don't want to do this too much while I'm doing it live. In fact, I cut it out a little bit too early because now it's really ripping. But I can't be overly greedy right now, guys. My goal is to make around 1,800 to 2,400 in return daily. And if I can do that, then fucking good stuff, right? But for now, yeah, seriously, man, you hear the greed in there. Oh my goodness, bro. So the account is sitting at 156,620 on the third day of trading here. So $6,000, $6,620 up in about 2 days and 1 hour. So not not too fucking shabby, man. So no apologies here, right, K-Spec? All good, man. All good. So let's see. There is a 1220 that matches hits criteria. Strike is the 30, 44.5K open interest call side. So we're looking at the long call, right? We're sure that it's not a short the call side, but it is. I imagine that it is a call side, though, because the sentiment is leading pretty bullish. Hey, Options, what's up, buddy? Good to see you up in here, man. Dude, I know you feel me on that, right? But it's just, man, the upside here has been kind of a really easy play. I mean, I think I ended up making around a 500-point move in the wee hours using 2 contracts, man, and just riding the ES all the way up. And I'm like, damn, bro, that thing is just going, right? So I think I made like a 5-point move or 4-point move or something like that with 2 contracts. It was pretty damn good. So yeah, very good stuff there, team. So that is going to do it here for ticker symbol MARA, guys. We're just waiting for the markets to kind of react here. And also, we're getting a little bit of pausing in the broader markets as well. So, no, I mean, all good in the hood, right? No problem here. Same contraction happening with the BTC asset as well. And we had guys, fuck, I remember I spoke to you about this yesterday. I know that some of you are long this already, right? So SMCI, man, okay, so right. Let me see if I can give that analysis to you through the eyes of a different I want to just give you a different perspective here, right, team? So if I could, shit, man. Let me see. I think I'm just going to have to pull it up from the Arca's Plays of the Week and show you what that's looking like, right? There it is. Okay, yeah, so I definitely have the thesis kind of drawn out here. I'm going to show you guys in this screen. Okay, guys, so this is kind of what I'm looking at here. This is the image that I put out just yesterday for the trading team. And hold on. There we go. So yeah, I'm looking at some continuation here, and I was thinking here that where's the target right now? $40.93, right? So if we're at $40.93, yeah, we're well within the entry criteria here, team. So this would be the area to consider entry. I spoke about a 37.20 bottom side. We're looking at this as a descending broadening wedge, which has a great hit rate, and so far we are getting that downside into the targets that we were observing. So let's just see if we can find ourselves at this bottom side before we can get some reaction towards the upside. SMCI is actually looking pretty freaking explosive and volatility for the later time frames as well. So kind of heads up with that, team. I just wanted to share that with you here quickly before we proceed, right? So just kind of bear that in mind here. It is looking pretty fucking outstanding. Okay, guys. Let's see. Caseback, what are you saying, buddy? We can hear your Discord. You can hear my Discord. You can hear that, right? Oh yeah, you know what? I guess I could. I'm gonna do right. Let me see if I can just run in my settings real quick. And for Windows 10 is just, where are the fucking notifications, brother? Let me go to. I'm just gonna go ahead and search that motherfucker. I am so used to Windows 11 now. Now that I switched back, let's see, from apps and other centers. Okay, I just turned off my fucking notifications. Actually, yeah. All right. That is that. I'm so used to Windows 11 now, man. But now that all the fucking glitch and shit from Windows 11, I'm just so over it. Back to Windows 10, it is, man. So we are balanced now. The audio is good. We have software. We have things working. Okay. All right, team. So let's why don't we go ahead and continue the analysis here, team. So SMCI, definitely getting a bounce from that zone. Remember the broadening wedge on that. It is located in the Arca's Plays of the Week. For those of you who are not members of the Arca Bulls trading team, please consider hitting the links in the description below, okay, team, and make sure to get yourselves into the fucking classroom immediately. I expect you there, okay, guys? So yeah, good stuff here, team. I need to take a look at, what about the SPY, right? Let's look at the SPY and find out what's going on. I have been looking at the ES. I've been longing the crap out of it, and it's just showing upside and more upside and more upside. Take a look at this 15-minute time frame volatility versus momentum as we approach the day's high, right, guys? They're I'm not gonna say that this is gonna happen here, but this is already kind of triple top and quad topping right here, right? There could be a breakout here pretty freaking soon. So let's see, 10-minute time frame expansion happening with upside probabilities on that stochastic momentum. 5-minute time frame also getting us that expansion here, but we had 21 seconds here is going to close this 5-minute time frame, and is going to likely pivot straight to the upside, right? Inverse head and shoulders on the immediate short-term time frame can give us a little bit of an idea over the price direction, right? So let's go ahead and draw in that regression from the inverse head and shoulders. Take the implied target price objective on that inverse head H&H would be 607.51. Let's match that to the price action. Historically speaking, nothing in fucking ever over there, right? So just heads up with that. So in other words, I guess we can try to validate the upside through the means of something else. So why don't we go ahead and just take the range high to range low on an inverse fib and see what that's looking like, right? We want to try to meet a 272 or a 618 target, somewhere up in there. All right, so it's looking like we have the 618 at the one spot 618 at 607.14. And let me actually take into consideration here. Let me see what a 30-minute close can do for us. Let's go ahead and take that 30-minute time frame into consideration, and there you go, team. Check that out. 607.53 compared to the 607.51 two spot 618 confluence geometric here, right? So looking pretty damn good. If there is any type of pullback on this new 30-minute time frame candle, it would be consistent to the 50% prior bar. But I'm not saying that it is going to happen. But if it does, it would be a very interesting drop, since it would put us inside of the golden pocket from the fibs, right? So that would be between the not 618 and the not 382 fib ratios, and specifically right at around that 605.92, maybe even the 606 area. Get that bounce to the upside, rip towards that break if it doesn't happen already, right? So we're gonna get there's always that potential peekaboo, right? But we were expressing here that we could be seeing that breakout right away. So just watch out here, as the SPY is potentially about to show us some interesting go signals, right? Heads up, team. Be very careful. Be very, very, very super duper careful, okay, team? But it's looking like we may actually get continuation here, team, okay? So just heads up on that, right? Heads up. Okay, let's go ahead and get ourselves moving here. Let's see, Tesla. Let's see, Tesla's ripping. Let's go ahead and take a look at TSLA. Oh man, yeah, I feel like the markets really want to take it. What is that? Hold on, guys. Sorry, I'm not in the chat with you guys. My apologies. I'm gonna come right back into the analysts. There we go. There we go. Okay. Good to see you, team. Good to see you. We froze a little bit again. Hold on. Okay. All right. So yeah, let's take a look at Tesla and find out what's going on. Okay, Tesla. Let me get rid of all this stuff right here. Man, Tesla has been, it had like nothing days here. It's just been kind of chilling and doing literally nothing. Consolidation all damn day, but still within our entry criteria, guys. We're still there. We were looking at potential entries at 351.26 to about 348.58 in the trading team. I guess we still have that inverse head and shoulders playing out here, right? And also would be the buy formation breakout from the ascending triangle on this. Upside targets could lead towards the 362 resistance around there. Validations of break. Actually, the first upside targets would be somewhere around 359 to 360. Pull back to validate the break of the 354.89. Confirm that support. Continuation to the upside. Then it would be 362. Validate 360. Continuation. All right, guys. So just for now, I'm bullish, but shit, we just need to break above that pre-market high, the Euro open high at around 355.13. As long as we're below that, then we're just gonna fucking chop around here and do nothing, right? So let's just kind of be patient with the moves here, and then we'll see what the rest says, right? I need to take a look at the chat with you guys there. I can't believe I can't see it. Hold on, guys. There we go. Be real, you only see the SPY screen? Guys, are you guys able to see Tesla on my screen right now? Please let me know if you can.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, cool. All right, you guys see Tesla? Be real. You're reading this message about 3 minutes ago. Oh. Everyone is responding to me pretty quickly, though. When I asked, they responded within seconds. You see Tesla, be real? Okay. All right. Awesome. Good stuff. Yeah, I want to keep an eye on that. As well. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, from the immediate short-term volatility here, I'd say that we're getting ready for a type of move, but it really does need some type of something, guys. Well, something needs to happen here. It would be ideal for this to catch some type of catalyst of sorts, Fuck, if it can't do it, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you, I'm the 10-minute time frame is the one that I'm seeing as okay. It's just contracting. That's the fucking problem here, right? 15-minute time frame does have a nice upside. 30-minute time frame getting the shift. Critical volatility here, right? Contraction. Man, yeah, contracting downside on the hourly time frame. That's indicative of, very, very. I mean, it's weak on the short side. So looking at the outside signals being, the daily, the daily time frame is contracting too. Yeah, guys, this needs a little bit of love. This needs a little bit of a push of some sort. It needs some kind of something, right? Because this weekly time frame is still expanding beyond the mean, and it still has an upside bias. It still has power to the upside like no other. Bi-weekly time frame upside. Yeah, these are all indicative of massive continuation. These are huge signals for upside, guys, which still kind of put me towards that bias of the the upper bound targets that we were talking about just recently. I still can see a 387 to 414 target on Tesla. It's just how we play it, right? I mean, right now we're positioned at 348.58 to 351. I still think it's okay, right? But as long as we're contracting, as long as there's no like official crazy news, then I have to say that we may be kind of stuck in the kind of stuck in the motion here. So let's try our best to let's just try our best to kind of to get ourselves a little bit of patience here, team, and then the rest would be okay, right? So all right, so yeah, that's Tesla for now, team. We're still looking okay. I think there's no immediate danger or anything like that, regarding the candles. In fact, it's looking okay. As soon as we start breaking above that pre-market high, we have the prior day's pre-market high as resistance too. And notice that this pre-market high at 355.69, prior day's pre-market, that also gives us a little bit of weakness, since we do have the high of the price action here on Friday, November 22nd. So that's your this was a pre-market, and this was your day's high. So yeah, guys, I think there's still a little bit of traffic in the way, but it's looking good. I do think that the bulls are still kind of giving us their personal bias here. And if we're looking at this from an 8-hour time frame, then, or even a 12-hour time frame, I want to say, yeah, we have a present bull flag kind of happening here, right? So if we have this bull flag, the top side target on this could lead towards this would be around 367, 370s, right around there. Okay, team, so it's looking okay. We just have a lot of traffic in the way, and we just have to get over that first, all right, team? But overall, looking very, very fucking good, and also an ascending triangle, right? We're getting close to that 65 to 75% of the apex of the triangle. That's looking okay. All right, team, and damn it, man. Running out of breath here, team. I fucking love it. Okay, so that is it for Tesla. You guys already know what's going to happen here for Mara. You guys know what's happening for XRP. We already talked about the conditions here for Apple as well. We already looked at a fucking few things, SMCI too, and BTC. So I know, guys, for MSTR, right, I know that we're expressing here a little bit of weakness, but we're still within that same entry criteria that we spoke of yesterday, right? Still here. At that 372.94 to 375.86. So this would be one of those zones to kind of experience some support. If breaking this support here would take us down to the lower probability, which we were talking about, around 368.85. Okay, team. So that's about it for that formation. I'm sorry, for that price action there on MSTR. And let's see. It is kind of moving alongside its own trajectory, because are we noticing? Actually, BTC is actually doing that little bit of a sell-off too. Some risk off into these support bottoms right here, right at around the 95,065.28. Guys, this is all range. This is all a chop box here. Okay, so don't. I know that there can always be some type of panic here, but in reality, your chop box is, I'm not kidding here. Your chop box is the size of about 94,400 to right about here. I would say right around 98,000, right? So you have a close to a daily ATR's worth of a chop box here. Okay, so consolidation can be a real ass thing. All right, team. So just please be aware over those things, and let's see, we have about 50 minutes to go till we close the 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, and 8 hour candles all in confluence, right? So Weeping Wednesday says, no, says, let's see, XRP on sale right now. Yeah, discount rack on XRP, right, buddy? Chili Ping, oh, Gal giving us the signal here for, I did say that we would take a look at ticker symbol SOUN, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at SOUN and see what is up. Okay, so let's see. Soundhound right now giving us a little bit of a break on the 8 hour time frame. I would say a daily time frame bull flag on this. It looks like it still has some upside probabilities, and remember, I think I had the target. Yeah, we're approaching my target of $10.26. But did we already actually? Shit. Let me see. Damn. 1009, not bad. But this still has further upside. So if it is creating this, we were speaking about this a few days ago, and this would be creating a very rare breakout, right? So this breakout would be from an ascending channel. And usually when you break above ascending channels like this, you know, it does take a fair bit of pressure, I will say, right? So anything within the 729 to about that $10, that's all bull trap central, okay? This is all bull trap here. But since we are breaking out from this point here, the expected target would be just above the all-time high. I am seeing that this can potentially get to $18 to $26 eventually through days, maybe a few weeks, right? But if that isn't the case, we are at a critical multi-week high right now, and there could be resistance right around this area here. Now, if we're kind of looking at the probabilities of resistance right where we are, well, we're building a rising wedge here, right? So that rising wedge is a bearish signal itself, and seeing that we're getting upside price action with descending volume, right? That would be indicative of, yes, a resistance, but it could also be indicative of a you know, kind of a bull trap here. So just heads up as we're decreasing volume as we're going towards that upside, right, guys? Be very, very mindful. You do have the 12-hour time frame overbought, the 8-hour time frame overbought, 6-hour time frame entering overbought, and we still have the 4-hour time frame with some upside probabilities, but it is contracting. So that is you know, that's all kind of signals here that's a little bit weak for the bulls. But again, it's indicative of the resistance too. It's just at this point, this is not typically where you want to long, right? This is not the area where you want to long. This is the area where you want to take profit, and not financial advice. I'm just saying it the way it is, okay, team? So just keep that in mind here. This is usually the areas where you want to get rid of your position, right? We're talking about the break of $10 here, which by the way, we actually saw the targets of $10 into 15 into the $20 targets. I want to say about 6 months ago, 7 months ago, and we expressed that potential from way back here around the $4 zone. So just know guys, that this has been in play. A lot of the team has been analyzing this. I also know, aside from Gal here, I also know that Buzzman has been critically looking at this himself as well, always bringing it to my attention. There's a few other people that have been too. So very, very interesting times within SOUN, as finally the thesis behind the months-long thesis here is finally realizing, right? So very good stuff, but it did take the pressures of NVIDIA having its higher probability play as well. Okay, team. So for now, I do think that this I do think that this has continuation towards that upside. If we're going to measure the bull flag take profit zone, then let's go ahead and do that now, right? So that would be right about like this, and just like that as well. So the topside target right here for the breakout would be $10.93, just about that $11 target. Okay, team. So naturally, that gives us a resistance of about, let's see, right about here. I got you, Snow Daddy. So yeah, about $11 to $10.55. It's looking okay. It's looking okay. All right, team. Just a heads up on that decline of volume, though. That's something. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that it's going to stop at this upside. It doesn't mean that. I'm just saying that it's declining volume with upside, and that typically typically that kind of traps people here. Okay, guys. So just be very, very aware over the potential shortcomings if that were to realize. Okay, I'm just giving you my personal take on it. This is not long area. This is not for you to gain risk on at all. You do not want to risk buying the top of the market here, okay, you guys? So this would be risk off as you're looking at a resistance, from back in March of 2024. That's we're talking about a 9-month high here. It's no joke, the resistance there, okay? But if you want to play with fire, you do whatever you want. You do you. All right, team. So yeah, let's go ahead and now move on to ticker symbol for XRP, brother. What did I don't remember. Shit. Let's see. Oh yeah, we were talking about still within the entries of around 247 to 254. But if we're gonna still continue to the downside here because of the pressures of the broader market, so then we have one. I'm gonna give you two more ranges here, okay? Because from the looks of this pullback, I think as I'm aware, my team is still kind of safe-ish. But I don't know if you, my students. I know you are as well, one of my students, but I don't know if you took. I don't know if you took the risk when I mentioned it, which was around 140. So if there was that risk on around that area there, then I think you're still good. But if this is if this is something that you're just trying to look for primary entry in here, I would enter very, very lightly. So this is you buying the strength. Okay, so yeah, if buying the dips is a difficult thing to do, of course, right? So I would love to see a 231 to 227 on this, but if it is that we're going to drop into that 240 to 236 and reject out of there, then you're still in the winning position and no big deal, right? So, okay, all right. So yeah, that's let me hear. If you guys want to take a screenshot of this, I'm just going to go ahead and put it down like this. There you are, team. So these are immediate short-term time frame fluctuations. Oh, you're looking to get back in. Okay. All right. So I would express some caution. I don't know the type of trader you are just yet, but I would you know what I mean. I think that let me see that daily. Let me see the buy daily. Yeah, I think, I guess you would be okay. 7 hours and 41 minutes to close this 3-day that would sign here a shooting star, but shooting stars, I've noticed before that they haven't been working really well with this ticker. But if it is a shooting star that shows weakness, but also showing weakness after a 50% retrace, which could take this to around 260. And if it is at 260, guys, damn, then there could be a pretty massive jump. Right, so let's just please be super, super careful over how we proceed next. It's just we're getting some macro closures here, and I think we may be able to get ourselves a unique positioning pretty fucking soon. Let's see. So JD saying, no, of course, I know that you probably wouldn't do that either. It just it would it would only be logical for us to not do that. Right, so good stuff indeed. I think that's what you're looking for on XRP, in my personal, very humble opinion. Okay, so why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and take a look at BBAI. One of my analysts is asking. Hold on, guys. Just a sec, team. Just a sec. Yeah, the markets feel like they're going to start going here pretty soon. Man. If they really start going from here, team, holy crap. There's a lot of upside to go on the markets if that's the case. Is there a catalyst coming out right now that could induce upside? Or promote the upside for, let me see here. What time does he speak? Oh, the rate decision coming at 2 p.m. Pacific, 11. Oh, but not today.
Yeah, Fed Powell speaks today at 1:45 Eastern.
Okay, there's still, yeah, no wonder the markets are trying to ride up like that. Okay, all right. So that makes sense. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much for that. As I do think that the markets still have. I think they have still another hour or two of strength here, and we're getting the euro close here in about 8 minutes, and then we would be, and then we would be looking at the 1, 2, 4, and 8 hour closes at about in about that 40 minutes time, 38 minutes. Okay. All right, team. So yeah, that would be that. So let me do this real quick. Let me get rid of this thing, and this. And now let me observe ticker symbol. What was it again, bro? BBAI. Okay. Is that on? Yeah. Okay, daily time frame BBAI. Nice daily retrace. Back down to that 50% of the prior day. It did find support at this daily gap here alongside the 50% of the bar. Nice. Do we have continuation? That was a nice recovery on the day already, I have to admit. Let's bring up volatility. Man. There we go. Okay. We're getting some rejective tops right from the Euro Open and prior day's high, naturally. The 1, 2, 4, and 8 is coming, so that's going to give us about 36 minutes time. The 8-hour time frame is decompressed. So it came all the way back down to 254 and it decompressed to its 50%, which is a little early. It is a bit early right now for it to do that. Let me see the 4-hour. The 4-hour time frame is above its 50% as well. Okay, let me see. Yeah, let me see volatility and momentum. Okay, we're getting an upside bias on the 30-minute time frame, but of course it is red as hell. That may start to turn here pretty quickly. Hold on. All right, so if we do get enough downside to last to 30 minutes, maybe even into an hour, and bi-hourly, let's see the 3-hour time frame, 4-hour downside, 6-hour downside, 6 hours, I would say about 6 hours worth of downside. So that would be an ATR of about what? 23 cents. That would be a low, 249. Okay, some of the lower probabilities here would lead me to say that we would be loading right around here. The center should be 250, 249. Yeah, it is. Okay. So 256 to around 246. I mean, focus on that, on that centered area, that around 250, 251. That's where I'm thinking we could see some potentials. Okay, team? And this has continuation. This does have continuation towards that upside. The 12-hour time frame is a very, very, very incredible fired off signal towards the upside. Daily time frame also fired off a signal. By daily time frame is likely to feed off of that daily, but we're just resisting because of this gap here. That's the only real reason that we're resisting. Okay, so this is going to be this is ideal. It would be ideal, right? So I don't know if it already happened today, but let me see. By daily 30-minute time frame coming down to hold on. This would be around 246, right? So 246. Oh shit, we already kind of bounced off of there. So the buy daily time frame already decompressed to its 50%. I'm gonna say that it may want to touch it one more time, guys, but if it doesn't touch it, then shit, we may have missed the floor. Okay, so it's just that I think that the floor is around 246 to 256 on this. I'm showing that we could touch it again, but I'm not completely certain that we are. Okay, so just keep that in mind before we proceed. Okay, guys. Damn, it is getting hot in here. Hold on. All right, team. Good deal. Okay. Yeah, it's I have upside signals on this, man. I hope that it can come down to that zone. One thing that I was going to tell you, that if it does retrace here, there's one zone that could prevent it all from happening, and that would be right about here. So this would be also an entry criteria. Okay. I'm trying to be as accurate as I can be here, right? So 268 to 264, that would be one area that can be considered as kind of a blocker from getting into that 50% buy daily retrace. So heads up as that happens, my brother. I'm going to put those targets here. I'm going to put the receipts on it so that you can also benefit from that potential, right? So yeah. Put it just like this here. And like that. Here are the potential entry signals for BBAI. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's currently what I'm that's currently what I'm observing here. Downside for AAI, for BBAI? Yeah, just for now. I mean, but it's just so much. There's so much to the upside in the medium term that the downsides that I'm experiencing here from the immediate short term are not strong enough waves to, or for now, right, are not strong enough waves to consider a huge ripple towards the continuation of the downside. I can't really see that happening. This rejective point from the 50% of the prior buy daily bar was fucking outstanding. So that is leading the immediate short term into extra expansion, extra upside on the stochastics too. So that's pretty impressive if you ask me. Okay, all right. So oh man, I'm so sorry. I am dropping the ball on that play, bro. Buzzman, you got to remind me, brother. I'm so sorry. Like I know you're doing your thing over there, right? You don't give a shit. But yeah, the son of a freaking damn it. Fucking NVIDIA. Let's go and see it. Damn it. Gotta see NVIDIA. Okay, so we did have a... Oh shit. Hold on. No. I can't do this here. This is, I don't know why the fuck that's happening. Okay. Yeah, this is an old chart of XRP. I'm not going to mess with that. Let me just go ahead and load my, this chart right over here. Everything will be good with that. Okay, yeah, I think this would be a lot better here. Jeez, man. There you go, right? So this thing may actually recover. They would be doing some crazy shit like this, bro. So false breakdown and still has that probability theory for the upside. Guys, this was a huge shakeout here, man. My goodness. Okay. Let's see. No, I know, buddy. I know. Of course, I would expect you to keep up with your trades, man. In my perspective, you know, I'm not. Well, because I'm leading the team towards a whole bunch of other fucking plays. But yes, let me. I think I have the data for NVIDIA. Let me see if we have that. If I still have that back test, right? That's this one right over here, I believe, right? Huge thesis on this. And I don't know why the hell that was like that, right? But it has to be NVIDIA. And this, yeah, this would be the, this is the test, and it was a daily time frame. Okay. All right. Yeah, this was already being played from a whole bunch of other days ago. So the signals, yeah, there's the whole back test right there. Okay, good. All the data is still sort of present. Okay. Let's look at volatility versus momentum. Technically, did your signal fire at the open of 135.01? Yes? Okay. 135.01 fired signal that would lead. Yeah, anytime that volatility enters the critical contraction, breaks above that. It breaks above that 15% upside pivot on stochastic momentum. Historically speaking, 112 iterations total, 98 of which have been guessed correctly to the upside, giving us. Oh, Buzz, I'm sorry, that was not it. Giving us. Yeah, I'm gonna find the entry here. Just when the signal fired. Just a moment. Giving us about an 87.50% upside accuracy whenever that criteria fires off. And that would give us an average upside thrust of about 12.50% upside over the span of about 14 and a half days. And it does have, from the fire of the signal, it does have a standard deviation of 13.78, which means that also from the fire of the signal, this can move upside too, other than its very obvious deviation. So, yeah, just heads up on that, right? Because this could actually show us a pretty extensive upside. Signal fire November 8th. November 8th. Wait. That couldn't be, because we entered we entered here again on November 21st. It must have been here. I would consider the signal fired at this point, right here, at November 27th, and the opening valuation of this candle would be 135.01. I honestly would bet on that, since it is you know, entering both. Even if you didn't consider it, it did have both inside, and it's starting to expand beyond the 15%. So if we are thinking of the criteria upside and upside based on volatility component versus the moving average, then firing it off right here, yeah, we had look at this. We had upside biases on both the volatility component and the moving average. And right here, we still had an upside pivot, even though it contracted. This is what you sent me. Yeah, that is it. That's it. Wednesday, November 27th. That's it, buddy. Good. So it did open up. It's a 135.01. So 135.01 fired signal for a 12 spot 50% upside with an 87 spot 50% probability of that upside. Let's go ahead and mark off that iteration. So we also had a 13 spot 78% deviation. So anything within the areas of, you know, fucking $100 to whatever, it did deviate 2.36%. And now the standard deviation giving us a 13 spot 78% upside would put us at a minimum here. 13 spot 78 would be just right above here. This is the standard deviation, guys. This is not even the main. This is not even the main signal. $152.89 on the standard deviation, and we also have an 87. I'm sorry, a 12. Fuck on. All right, so there's our range. Oh shit, nice. Our range is literally 1250 to 1378. Fuck yeah. Okay, so let's put in the 12.50% upside average on this. So that would put us right about here. Okay, and that is leading. Damn, dude, this is a big ass fucking signal. That is leading towards 151.97 to about 153.60, 153.66 and 152.86, and it's fucking right at the center of the high. Holy shit. Very, very nice data in here, and I do see a very high probability of continuation within this asset. Okay, team. Now we did calculate the upper and lower bounds of the first, second, and third standard deviation as well, in case we overshoot, in case we continue towards that upside. So if we do have that continuation towards the upside beyond that, guys, there is the first standard deviation upside could lead 26.28% on this, and I'm gonna see if we even have the thrust or the juice for that. 26.28% on a first standard deviation upside, that's fucking enormous. We're looking at 170.52 NVIDIA, and you don't even want to hear the second or third standard deviations just yet. That's just fucking enormous. I mean, really, 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 really big. Okay, guys, what time is it? Yeah, hold on, guys. Just a sec, team. Just a sec. I'm right here. Yeah, we're looking at about. We are almost 20 minutes away from the 1, 2, 4, and 8 hour closes. Yeah, heads up on those closes, team, because there could be a reversion here on the markets. They could be pulling back pretty soon. And that would be super fucking dangerous. Okay. So just heads up with those potentials. Okay, guys? Just please be very careful. Oh my goodness, man. All right. So, yeah, team, if we are looking at NVIDIA's volatility versus momentum. There could be 4 hours, 6 hours, 6 hours worth of downside, which would put us at a current ATR of around $2.63. $2.63 from this. Hold on. That would put us towards yeah, about 137, 138. Oh yeah, guys. Okay, so that's about a bi-weekly low. Okay, I have to put in. It may actually get us near the signal fire. So I would say 134.89 to 137.48 could be. I'm not going to say that it is pause. I'm not going to say that it is going to happen. I'm just saying that there is a probability that we drop into this area here in all of its volatility, right? Things are going to start getting a little fucking crazy here. Okay, team. So guys, I opened up risk in the ES right now, one contract, betting on the retrace of the 50% of the prior bar, right? So far, I just opened it, okay, guys? So that's only one contract. I want to see the damage I can create with one. All right, guys, so I'm short one contract, the ES, and we'll see. I have a tight stop on there, even for that one contract. I don't give a shit. So let's just wait for the continuation for that, okay, team? Just heads up and full transparency on that. Okay, yeah, so if we can catch entry somewhere down here, that would be fucking outstanding, guys. But yeah, the NVIDIA here to create some massive upside continuation, a massive upside continuation. All right, good stuff. Well, team, I think that I actually have to do a few things here, guys. I think this is a pretty good place for me to leave off. I'm going to go ahead and open up. I don't know if my Smoke, are you guys going to want to chill on the other side or no? Because I want to close up the stream here and go back to the Discord and do the thing. Chad, you guys going to chill?
Yeah, we'll open up the room in the Discord.
Yeah, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, man. So, guys, thank you so much for coming on by. Please remember to sign up. We're going to be starting the beginners charting and trading course here pretty soon, guys. Probably about 2 weeks away. Do not miss your opportunity to get yourself a seat there before they run out. Okay, guys? So thank you so much for everything. Make sure to reach out to me at ArcMastersCourse at Gmail. And this would probably be the best way to... actually, the course would be the easiest way to have complete contact with me, right, guys? So, as it is live mentorship, and it's going to be with me. All right, team. So yeah, we're looking. It's looking okay here on the drop, right? We're increasing value with the one contract short on the ES, considering that around 15 to 20 minutes you'll get that decompression level from the broader markets. 1, 2, 4, and 8-hour closes are coming in from the equities side, right? So that naturally is going to affect the timing here within the futures contracts as well. All right, team. So heads up on that. Please be very careful, and we shall catch you here very soon. Wall Street Ponzi, I love you, buddy. Chachi, Bob, Gal, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys later. Daryl, get that DJT, bro. Hell yeah. Morty, good to see you there. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy that upside. Be very careful, Team K-Spec. Thank you so much for everything. JD, thank you for everything, guys. I love you. I love you all very much, and we shall speak here very, very soon. Okay, team? Love you all. Adios. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.
Good stream, buddy. Hey, we should